Hi, my name is Jennifer Steinmetz. I'm doing this for Somerset Community College for my culinary degree. It is my last speech. Today I'm going to talk to you about how we should get rid of standardized testing out of K through 12. Today, just like I have kids of my own, and I look at education as a serious thing. I think everybody should have a good education and get the properness of getting smarter and improving themselves and their creativity. I find that standardized testing at the end of the year not only stresses out students, but more likely half the students drop out and have to get their GEDs, because more northern states make your ACT a pre-ACT for their 8th graders going into 9th grade and their 12th graders as their last test, where they actually have to graduate to get the total grade. If you don't score to what they like, you fail and you have to do it again. And anyway, I care for the growth. I think we should be able to tell how a student is doing and everything, but I think we should take it away because it puts stress on students, and they're studying for that simple test of graduating, trying to get out and everything. They're testing us to see what we know, but they're not testing us on world languages or our history. They're more like doing science, math, and English. That's all they're doing it on. And the school I came from, history, Latin, Spanish is an elective. It's a choice class that you just need extra credit time on. So it's more like wasting the time. But it not only that, it mushes down curriculums for schools. Schools make money off what you make on your score. It's how they get their funding. And I think that not only punishes the students within the school, but that punishes the school. Hey, if you don't do a good job on these testings, you lose funding. And there's a lot of poor schools out in this world that don't get the funding but have, totally smart students. I don't think a test is going to tell you how you are as a student. A lot of us learn different. We're hands-on learners. Like, for me, I don't learn good by books. Like, I'm a terrible reader, and I don't set in stone on what I'm reading. I have to do it to remember it. And I find that nowadays there's more dropouts. When I was going to school, there was only 13% of dropout rate. It's gone up to 34%. Students aren't finishing their schooling because they're nervous about this testing and they don't know what they're gonna do. But of course, there's other reasons why, illegal reasons and all that. But I think it should be one less mark. Teachers should be able to teach what they're gonna teach, what they went to school for. Nowadays, because education has become so weight on their pockets, trying to get that funding, they get teachers in that can't handle the students. Like teenagers, when I was going to my high school, half the time any student was out-rubbed or wasn't paying attention, they got safe. Safe is like a detention. So you go and sit there, half the time those students would play, mess around, and I only been there once or twice. And I find that it's not helping. You're getting younger, cheaper teachers instead of the older ones that have taken the time to get their education, and not only that, they experience within the job. You need people that are going to be patient, but not only that, you're going to want people that know what they're talking about, or are willing to, hey, are you having a bad day? Or are you doing all right? You want teachers that want to not only grow for themselves, but their students. And I find that a lot of teachers nowadays are getting frustrated with standardized testing. They're like, we don't even have time to teach what our students really want to know, what they need to know. Like, they're getting rid of cursive because it's written like dead zone for it. I find that my 2-year-old needs to know cursive when she gets old. How's she gonna sign her checks if she doesn't know how to sign? And stuff like that. I find this one lady, her name is Jamie Ramey. She did a study of her about 6 years watching the school system and how funding from the test actually made the students suffer because they were nervous. A lot of more, as we would say, poor struggling families, not only that, students that struggle themselves. Like I said, I'm an online learner, hands-on. I have to be doing it to know it. And if I don't, then I'm not going to keep it in my brain. And we have to come to where that is. But it comes down, it also squashes creativity. Like, I'm a big artsy person. I'd rather took classes that did what I love to do and grew me from there. Not, oh, let's sit in a classroom and help you learn this stuff. We got to learn this by this testing time in spring so you can get a proficient or you can get the great scores so our school can get money. I don't want in my education for my daughters to be about the money and the funding. I want it to be about their education.